Today I want to show you how I lost about $165 trading EURUSD, and not because my analysis was wrong in the market, it's because I decided to take the entry at the wrong point. So, and also in this video I'll show you how I'm planning to recover the losses that I did take in the market, because losses are part of the game, and whenever you take the loss, you should always have a game plan on how you're planning to get back the money that you lost in the market. So the first thing that I saw in this EURUSD before starting to look for sell entries in this market, so seeing that this market had already broken below this area, it was giving me these bearish structures, and I had a lot of confidence in this market, giving me the confidence to take the entry at this point that I did take at this point down here. Looking at this market, it had already given me these, let me show you, it had already given me these double tops at this point. This was a key area at this point. This was a key area, and whenever you see a market giving you these kind of structures, after having this uptrend all the way from down here, then we reach at this key level up here, the market starts to give us this kind of structures. Okay, this market was giving us these bearish structures at this point. When you look at this market is on a downtrend from the daily time frame. This daily time frame is showing that this market is on a downtrend, whereby this market is giving us these impulse and correction structures at this moment. So this market had already given us this impulse move at this point, gave us this correction, then the market broke below this correction area, then we pushed all the way down here with this impulse move. Again, this market at this point was giving me this correction. So this market was on a correction, and when I look at this market from the daily time frame, I see very strong features that this market now has already exhausted the buying pressure, and we have the possibility of continuing to push to the downside. So looking at this point, this market had already closed below this upward channel with this strong bearish candlestick from the daily time frame, and seeing that, that's a very powerful confirmation that, hey, we just want to start looking for sell opportunities in this market, and this market has a lot of potential. So seeing this market giving me this kind of structures, and in the back of the mind knowing that this market has a lot of potential, I decided to take my early entry in the market. So this is what happened, guys. After taking my early entry at this point, let me show you what happened after taking my early entry at that point. So after taking my early entry at this point, this is what I saw before taking my entry. So we had this structure at this point down here. The market came, broke below this structure. We had this structure. So the market came, broke below this area. I decided to take my early entry at this point because this market had already broken below this area. So I was expecting it to continue pushing to the downside, but still I was expecting a pullback before we continue pushing to the downside, because normally after breakout, expect the market to give you a pullback before it continues pushing to your direction. So I didn't wait for the right moment to take this entry. I just went in at this point. Then after going in at this point, we had jobless claims. So after the news coming out, it pushed the market all the way to this area. Seeing that the news has pushed the market to this area, it broke above this channel. We had this correction area that we had at this point. We had this channel, I mean. So after seeing the market had broken below this channel, I thought that this market will continue now pushing to the upwards, but that didn't happen. It didn't even take my stop loss at this point. So seeing that this market has broken above this channel, I decided to close my entries and cut my losses short before the market takes out my stop loss. So, and you can see after just closing out my entries at this point, the market didn't even close above this area. It gave us these rejection candlestick at this point and pushed all the way down here, going all the way to the area that I did take my entry at this point down here. So I wasn't wrong in this market. The only thing that I did wrong is I took the entry early, and I also got out of the market early before waiting for this market to form the structures that were supposed to be formed. So I'm still expecting this market to continue pushing to the downside, and I want to do an analysis and show you why I'm expecting this market to continue pushing to the downside, and what are the key areas that I'm looking for in this market. We are breaking below this upward channel that we are having. So we broke below this upward channel, we went up, the market gave us that retest. Right now this 4-hour candlestick is pushing downwards. We have about 1 hour 28 minutes. So if this candlestick closes below this area, that means that that's another strong confirmation. Maybe we can scale in from this point and hold all the way down here. I want to show you the key areas that I'll be looking at in this market. So this is the first key area that I'll be looking at this market. So probably this where I might take my first take profit, and down here this will be my second take profit. This will be my second take profit. This will be my third take profit. And after reaching this area, I won't be too greedy. At least after the market giving me about 90% of this move, I will just get out of the market and wait for the next swing. So if you are a swing trader, whenever you see that the market has given you about 90% of the move that you are expecting, so for instance, all the way from up here to this area down here, this 90%, and the remaining is about 10%. So I won't wait for the market to fill all the way this down here, because the market might come all the way to this area, then start reversing from this point before we continue pushing upwards probably. Yeah, so I don't want to take the risk. So these are the key areas that I'm looking for in this market. So if the market does take out this area at this point, then I'll expect it again to give me a retest. Probably I will expect it to give me something like this. So let's say we've come all the way from this point up here, come down, the market breaks about below that area, then I'll expect that retest. Then maybe we can scale in from this point. Then we push downwards again to this area. So after coming all the way to this area again, you'll expect that pullback. I'll expect that pullback again, then push to the downside again before reaching our final target down here. So this is what I'm expecting this market to continue doing probably the whole of this week, and I'll continue holding all the way down there. I'll show you guys. I gave out these signals on my free Telegram channel. I showed them everything that I'm expecting the market to be doing. So make sure if you're not there already, check the links in my bio and join my Telegram channel. Let me show you guys. The losses that I did take from my Telegram channel. This is the entry that we did take at this point. Let me show you the losses that I did take at this point. So here the losses I took about 160. This is about, let me just push it down a little bit so that you can see it. It can be seen clearly. So these are the losses that I did take at this point. I saw that this market, instead of me waiting for this market to take out my stop losses, let me just close manually. Then after closing manually, the market reversed and went straight to the direction that I was looking at. Before I finish this analysis, let me show you from the weekly time frame what is happening, or from the daily time frame. This is what is happening. I've already told you that this market is giving us impulse correction. So we were on a correction and the market closed below that correction area, giving us that sign that we'll continue pushing to the downside. And from looking at this market, this was another key area at this point up here. This was a key point up here. So I had enough confluences to tell me that this market will continue pushing to the downside. That's why I decided to take my early entry that ended up giving me about $165 loss in the market. So yeah, that is how I was looking at the EURUSD at the moment. So I want to show you what I'm expecting gold to be doing. Before I end my analysis. For the gold market, I was expecting the gold market to give me at least a correction before finding the best entry in the market, because from the previous day we had already taken our sell entries and the market went straight to our take profit, giving us about 155 pips before pushing further to the downside and gave us about giving us about another 155 pips, making it about 300 pips. During the opening of the London session, I expected that this market will give me a correction maybe to this area, because we did break below this upward channel with an impulse move. So I was expecting this market to give me a correction at this point before I take my entry. But guess what, guys? The market didn't give me any opportunity to enter, which means I missed this trade. And this about let's see, from the point that we took this entry, I took this entry at this point. So if this about 699 pips, guys. Crazy, man. That's crazy, man. This is crazy. So yeah, that's how this market has been behaving, and I'm expecting gold to continue pushing to the downside, and I won't look for any entries. If this market doesn't give me the structures that I'm looking for in the market, at least I won't take any entry. I just wait for it to move all the way down there. So I'm expecting at least this market to give me a pullback. After pushing all the way down here, we pushed all the way down here, at least I expect a pullback. Then after this market giving me a pullback, then I can take my entry and hold it all the way down here. Then taking my take profits at these key areas that we have here. We have the first key area at this point, the next key area is at this point. Then this will be probably our last target, because that's the 90% area that this market I'm expecting to go all the way to. So probably if that does happen, then I will take my entry in the gold market. Right now I'm just being patient. Waiting for this market to give me these entries before I decide to go in. And I showed you guys how to measure retracement. So this is what I'm expecting the market to do. I showed you how to measure the retracements using the Fibonacci tool. Let me just measure this one. So this is where we had the impulse move from. We had the impulse move from this area all the way down here. So if this market does come all the way to this area that I have, let me show you my key area at this point. So if this market does come back to this area up here, this is my key area at this point. This is the area that I'm expecting this market to go up to before we continue pushing to the downside. This area up here, this is the 61.78 area. Yeah, exactly. So if it does come to this area, then I will take my entry from here, because we have this downward channel. Let me show you this channel that we have from this point, just like that. So at least I'm waiting for a pullback. Because I know it has to give us a pullback before we continue pushing to the downside. Then if it doesn't give us a pullback, then it's okay. We'll just stay out of the market until we find the structures that we are looking at. Let's see the possible scenarios that can happen here. So we have that. So probably we might have something like this. So probably this market might come all the way to this area down here. Then after coming to this area down here, then we'll have that pullback probably to this area. So if this does happen, then I'll wait for this market to break below the correction area, whenever it will be. That it doesn't have to be all the way up here necessarily. It doesn't have to be all the way up here. So we'll just observe how this market will react around this area. Then if it comes up and gives us a correction, then we'll wait for this market to break out of that correction area. Then we go in and kill the gold market. So this is Profit and Edge signing out. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching.